Sweet zombie Jesus.
Hi. Welcome to my schoolhouse.
Well, good morning. Things are going to be wrong. Things are going to go bad, but that's okay. We'll just fix them live. Obviously, this is the first time we've been doing the Tavern Talk since the new rig has been installed, so all the OBS stuff that I should have done during the week to get it all ready, I didn't do. So I'll have to adjust all of my audio stuff, of course. But if you hear things and they're too loud or too quiet, let me know. If you don't hear things, let me know. If something looks weird, let me know. We'll get it fixed while we're going about our day. Sorry for the late start. Had some shit happen. We got it sorted though. We're all right. And it'll probably be a little bit shorter stream unless we're just like inundated with a million questions. But we're here. We're live. We're doing it. So hope everybody's weekend is going well. Oh. Hi, Pi. How are you? Welcome in.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, gamer. Welcome in, bud. First thing I'm gonna do is fix my freaking audio, which sucks, but it's got to be done. Blech. Getting ready for Easter. Nice. Yeah, it is Easter, isn't it? I forget about that. Happy Jesus turning into a lick day. Hi. So currently what I'm doing, I'm just going through and redoing all of my audio outputs in OBS one by one. And yes, I know that StreamUp has a thing that will automatically do it for you, but I hate having StreamUp on my OBS. I think it's annoying. And the fact that I have to install their base program to use any of their shit is also mildly annoying. So doing this one by one every now and then doesn't really hurt anything. Teach you? What do you want me to teach you? I need to go through all of my audio anyway and just make sure they're all on the right channel. Teach you everything? Oh, okay. 65 billion years ago. It all started. This is going to take a while. Yeah, I know yeah, I don't know what to, I mean, I know what to do. Hold on. Let me finish this first. I guess we can go here. You can just watch me do it. Better than just watching me stare off into space. Where was I?
Welcome to my world.
I always get confused. Hi, Fogbound. Happy time zone. Good. One and two and one and two and one and two. Mark 6. So we can scroll. Uncheck we're here. How's tricks? Tricks are tricking. Yeah. But I built a new rig. For those of you that don't know, I built a whole new brand new PC, and literally the only thing I have from my old PC is my graphics card. I have fresh install of Windows, moved all of my shit over, blah blah blah. I'm still kind of doing that. But as such, certain things, logins, authentications, you know, paths to the new stuff on the new hard drive, etc., etc., still need to be completed. And so there's going to be issues with the stream today, and I will fix the microphone thing in a minute. That is something I haven't done at all. Like, I got my equalizer APO, which is my system-wide sounds and filters. I got it installed and all of my settings back, but obviously, you know, it's a new audio card. It's a new sound system, you know, motherboard, everything. So there's going to be some differences and tweaks that I need to make, and I haven't made those yet. But we'll get them. I just want to do this first. There's so many things that, and you know what's funny about this is not everything that has audio actually plays audio, but might as well have them. You know what I mean? The motherboard I had, because originally what had happened was I just wanted to upgrade my RAM and my NVMe hard drive. The old hard drive I had was very, very old. And so I bought a new one. I was like, well, if I'm going to buy a new one, you know, obviously I want to upgrade the space. So I went, you know, from a 1 terabyte to a 2 terabyte. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well get a good one, you know, one that's going to last or whatever. And so it was updated. Well, that one wasn't compatible with the old motherboard. So I was like, well, fuck it. So I went and looked at motherboards that would fit that, and that would also fit all of my other things that I had, because I was just going to swap everything out and just replace the motherboard and the NVMe. No, that needs to be monitored. Also undo those. Well, then it just turns out that, you know, that's not compatible. So I ended up getting fucking everything, but I already had the motherboard delivered. So instead of getting like brand new and going with the latest super architecture, I went with what would fit. So I have all brand new in box stuff, but it's not like current gen. So I have the Ryzen 9 5900 XT. I have 64 gigabytes of RAM now, which is nice. That's true. That's why. What else did I do? I got a whole new case. I got a whole new CPU liquid cooler. I got new fans. I just ordered more fans. So I have 3 on the side, 3 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and 1 out the back. So I have 8 fans in my thing now, plus the CPU cooling. My system stays at like 40 degrees. It's fucking great. But yeah, the new motherboard, the new CPU cooler, the new case, I got a new power supply. I went from 850 watt to 1200 watt. I was only going to go to 1000 watt PSU, but the 1000 watt was $14 more expensive than the 1200 watt. So I was like, fuck it. So I went with the 1200 watt. Good thing I'm getting 128 over 64. Yeah, I thought about that too. Unfortunately, the only way to get 128 really with most motherboards is the 4x. So you had to, you know, like 4 32 gig sticks. And I've never really been happy when all 4 slots are taken. It seems to actually slow some things down on the PC over using 2 slots, and most motherboards, even though they say they are actually not that compatible with 2x64, not to mention the cost of the 2x64. So I just went with, I mean, I had 32, which was an upgrade over the original machine where I had 16, and I went up to 32. And 32 gigabytes of RAM really is, you know, in this day and age, it really is enough to do whatever you want to do, even if you're like a hardcore gamer and shit. But 64 also is going to help if you do other things like other than gaming, like we do here, you know, if you're a streamer or whatever. So you have all of your software running, plus the game, plus your audio, plus. So I was like, I'll upgrade to 64. Why not? And so I did that. Why? Okay. I don't really have a need for 128. I don't run anything that like. Yeah, and that's it. Most motherboards are that way, and there are a couple. I think the MSI boards will say that they're 2x64 compatible, but they're not. Like, people have like, I got it and it said it was, and no, it's not, and they're just finding out that it's just fucking not. I don't think this needs any. Maybe it doesn't. We'll leave it on. Not hurting anything. But yeah, so that was my decision to go with the 64. Cost was one thing, and then I've never had any luck using 4 sticks of RAM. Like, the things that I use that are RAM intensive other than games actually go slower when I'm using 4 slots. And the only way you can really like get around that is if you allocate your CPU to specific RAM slots. And that's like hardcore coding into the PC that I just don't want to do. I don't want to go in and reconfigure a fucking CPU at the fucking, you know, coding level. Like, that's just no thanks. Pass. So I just stick with 2 slots of 60 or 32. But I mean, people that run 128, you know, like, they love it, whatever, that's great. Just for what I do, it's not conducive. Okay. That should be that done. Yeah, it might help. Yeah, and you know, if you're, like I said, if you're running a lot of stuff all at once, it's definitely gonna help. But don't be surprised if you do that and then notice, like, you try to open up, you know, a browser, or you open up a Word document and it takes 9 years to load. It's weird. You think, oh fuck, I've upgraded, I've tripled this, I've doubled this, like, everything should be great, and then it's like, why is this taking forever? But it's a trade-off, you know what I mean? So, oh yeah, microphone, I was gonna do that, right? I need to redo this whole fucking start menu. Nope. All right, where am I at? I don't even, do I have a limiter, but that's it. Okay, so is it my mic? Is that the one that I wanted? Yes. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. But anyway, I hope everybody is having a great weekend. Oh, bye. Yeah, I while I was doing the BRB, the starting soon, I had an idea, and I think is very horrible and very convoluted, and that makes it exciting. You know what I mean? But what I was thinking was having, you know how we have the first in chat channel redeem on Twitch side? I was thinking of adding that on the YouTube side and then having them communicate with each other. So like if you go into Twitch and you redeem first in chat, the first in chat redeem or command or whatever on YouTube is disabled. And likewise, so then if somebody comes in on YouTube side and does second in chat, the second in chat redeem on Twitch gets moved to third in chat and the second chat is gone. So it always crazy. Anyway, holy F, yeah, it's a lot of, yeah. But it's just, it wouldn't even really be if else's, it would just be a whole lot of actions. So like, you know, when you run the like, because obviously on YouTube it would have to be exclamation point commands, right? So you run exclamation point command first, and if that runs, then you disable, or not disable, but you change the Twitch stuff to read number 2, you know, the second in chat stuff, raise the cost, all of that. And then on the Twitch side, when you run the command, you have the command actions doing their thing. They also disable that one on the YouTube side, that command. That would be crazy though, wouldn't it? It would be fun as shit, but also, you know how like we run into the problem on Twitch right now where people redeem them at the same time. Can you imagine fucking somebody on Twitch redeeming it at the same time as somebody else on Twitch while somebody on YouTube also does it? Oh, that would be crazy. I would have to do checks too, so like people like, for instance, like you, where you're on Twitch and YouTube and you're watching me on both, you can only use one or the other, so you couldn't redeem it twice for yourself. I don't even think I have that. Like, I think you can redeem the second one yourself right now, I think. And you can be up there twice, 3, 4 times if you wanted to. I don't remember if I disabled that or not. But yeah, we have a whole bunch of shit to do for the stream, and I'm just coming up with crazy, stupid ideas like that. But anyway, okay, what are we doing? I need to, let's see, 28. Release is 50. Okay, that one's good. Apply automatically. Okay. Negative 40. No wet. 3 milliseconds. Okay, that's good. Apply automatically. Equalizer. Here we go. Okay, so band 1. Yep. Band 2. 450 looks good. 3, 4, and 5 all look good. Okay, 6, 12,000. Yes. Okay. Second equalizer then probably needs to be above. Got the high pass at 60 and the low pass at 17,000. Yeah, that should be okay. It is separate. Oh, okay. All right. I couldn't remember if I did that or not. I know that one of the people that use that in the YouTube, the tutorial, and they were like, people coming in and redeeming all 5 of them or whatever. So I showed them how, and I was like, I didn't even think about that, because who would do that? But apparently there are people that do that. I just said doo-doo. Yeah. Okay. I really hate to do the gain though. These are on, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, so now I'm talking, and I'm not, okay, so there's the gain. let's turn that gain back. Okay, so let's put the gain here. Let's put this at like 7. Fuck. How does that sound? Is that better, or is that where? Why am I limited? I'm literally stopping at 10. I don't even have. Okay, hold on. Who would do that? I don't know. My limiter's set to -5. Why? Oh, there it goes. Oh, he just wasn't loud enough. Okay. Is that better? Is it for the volume of my microphone? Is that okay? Is that too weird? I can't hear it, obviously. I don't want to hear it. I know it's louder, but is it like, it's not like distorted or fishbowl or tin can or anything, is it? Much better? Okay. So I just added some gain on the equalizer. Oh, you know what? Okay. There. Is that going to be? That should be the same. I'll leave it on from device. Fuck it. And we will save. Okay. All right. So if that's much better, if I still sound okay, I mean, you know, relatively for what I am. Also, I think I have the microphone a little bit further away from me than I normally do too, so that has a lot to do with it as well. But cool. So yeah, we're here. We're live. Hi, Phil. Hey, Salty, welcome in. How are you doing, butt sniffer? Ass hat. Just because you want to wear my ass as a hat doesn't mean I am an ass hat. Salty, I need to answer your other question you sent me in DM too. Oh, speaking of, that reminds me. I know I put a notice in the Discord somewhere. I think I did. Maybe. I don't fucking know. I don't answer questions in DM. I can't. This is a blanket statement. I get so fucking many. Right? Like, that's why I built the Discord. You know? So we got people that like join the Discord to get my link, and then they DM me the question, and I'm like, no. Wow. Cotton 4K. No, I get fucking so many like every day. You know, like if I answered all the questions in DM, that's all I would do. Now, if y'all want to pay me for my time, but just so you know, I am going to add it to the Ko-Fi, the membership Ko-Fi, where you can have private stuff like that. And you know, there are exceptions to the rule, obviously. Don't take that. Well, you know, something's got to make Salty feel good about himself, you know, and if attacking me and my knowledge is what does it, then, you know, hey, who am I? I mean, we know he isn't getting it from his family or his wife or the mirror, so he's got to get it somewhere. It was a good one. But no, so just so you know, that's why we have the Discord. That's why we have all of the different help sections based on whatever it is you need help with: bot, OBS, Twitch, YouTube, Discord. streaming in general. Not only do you get to ask your question, but you have more than just me able to offer you help, assistance, advice. You know, so if I'm not online, you can still get help. You don't have to wait for me to get home from work or to wake up or whatever, right? And also, if you have a question, more often than not, right, you're not the only person with that question. And if you have a question about something, there's guaranteed that at least 3 other people have that exact same question. So you asking it when other people are too afraid to will allow them to get the answer as well. Or if somebody has an issue in the future, they can go back and be like, oh, hey, you know, Salty asked this question in the Discord and that's the same problem I'm having. Let me see if what worked for him worked. You know what I mean? So it's just better all the way around, you know, and I get the need to like, oh, you know, this is my stream, right? I'm doing the Tavern Talk. I'm the one answering your questions live and doing all that. So you want to come to me, and that's cool. That's fine. And I don't mind answering your questions, but not in my DMs. DMs are for friends and booby pics, you know? And I don't get either one of those. So if you're not going to pop a tit, pop your question in the Discord, not the DM. Salty, I'm looking at you. But yeah, also in the future, like as I'm getting all of this new stuff going, hi Raveness. As I'm getting all this new stuff going, I'm gonna be adding perks to the family and friends level, membership levels in Ko-Fi. I'll show it to it all day long, bro. Hell yeah. Sign me up for that. Where you can get personal, discreet help, which basically you can DM me for questions if you're a member of those Ko-Fi levels. But as of right now, also members of the Ko-Fi levels do have their own Discord role, and they have their own Discord help section that's hidden unless you are a Ko-Fi member. So you can do that if you want. But yeah, so DM help is not unheard of. I do it. It's getting to the point now where it's like, you know, I get like 10 notifications when I wake up in the morning, and 8 of them are people I've never heard of going, hey, let me ask you a question, friend. You know, and it's like, that was 9 hours ago, and you could have asked that question in the help thread and probably got a response by now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know everything, just most things. But yeah, I need to do on at a different time when you don't have to go to dinner. Who the fuck goes to dinner at 3 in the afternoon? You fucking weirdo. Eat dinner at 9 p.m. like a normal person and shut the fuck up. Five. Okay, but normally I'm on an hour earlier than I started today, so what's your fucking excuse then? Quit having dinner when I go live. Solve the problem that way, why don't you? Why do I gotta be the fix-it man? And how long does it fucking take you to eat a fucking plate of nachos anyway? Phil was on, he raided Eevee. That's because I canceled stream. He said he was going to raid me, and then I was like, stream's going to be delayed. So he's like, well, fuck you then. I'm going to go somewhere else. But yes, I know Phil was on. I still have him tabbed, which means I'm watching Eevee twice now, because I had her tabbed as well. Cool, I can close the tab.
I do like sausage. I do like sausage a lot.
I'm gonna replace the video. I'm gonna keep the audio.
Hell, you could
for
have a
this one.
sausage taco. I'd be down with it. I'd like meat. Give me meat. I want meat in my mouth. Put it
Don't
in
blame
there.
me there. I'm gonna change that video though, so it's just her little VTuber talking instead of like all small with the game that's not doing anything in the background. For that one, probably need a reminder for that, Phil. Verify. You were building a Discord bot? I did that once. What is your bot gonna do? Yes. Yes, what? Ah, nice. I have one. Evie asked a question, what, about a month ago now? A month and a half ago? I don't remember. It's been a while. About the being in a collab stream and having like you're in a VC with all of your people, you know, and you're playing a game, and then people play like alerts and jump scares and shit on your stream, but nobody else in the game can hear it. So we made a bot that you can add to your VC channel that will hear your sound alerts, your screams, your jump scares, whatever you want, and play it play it live through the Discord so everybody gets the jump scare. And then I was like, all right, Evie, I got it done. It took me about 3 days to get everything set up and working and tested right. And then she's like, never wanted to install it or learn how to do it. So yeah, I know. Things. But yeah. Well, Salty is here, and I know you asked the questions, so let's answer the first one at least.
Salty_dog44 asked, how can I get my text to quit going outside my now playing box?
Text intents. It's the easiest way. Okay, so basically, let's see how I can do this. Let's just add a new one here. We add a text source. And we'll just name it blah blah whatever. So here's my text. Ooh. Right, and you have this. This is your box. This is your thing, right? If you have a certain space for it, there's different ways to do this, and I'll show you a couple of ways. The first and the easiest is once you have your font selected. So I'm just going to go with like Architect's Daughter, and we'll do like a 72, and I say okay, you'll see it update live, right? So now if I move this over here, we come in here, you know, obviously you can change your color and all of that, but if you go down here at the bottom, use custom text extents right here. If you check this box, then you're going to get new options. So you're going to get width and height, and then a wrap. So then the width you can set to whatever you want the width to be. So if you have like an image in the background that the text is over, right, and it's 550 pixels wide, you can make the text like 500, right? And then however tall your thing is, you know, make your own little like area. So we can do like a 500 by 600, and then the wrap would wrap the text within that, you know. So if we come back up here now, and we can just go, you know, blah 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 blah, right? And you can see how it gets cut off now once we're past that limit, right? So you want to kind of keep that kind of stuff in mind too. Now, another way, and a little bit simpler, depending on your setup, you can turn off the wrap, and then it'll just go out long ways, right? So if you have something like a banner bar or whatever, like, you know, like people have their latest follower, latest subscriber, and they have the names on, one thing you want to do with that is you want to put a filter on. It's for your now playing. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let me put some more default text in. So let's pretend that that's set up and there's a little image here with, you know, the album art or whatever, right? So we're going to go and you're going to right click on the text itself and choose filters. And then we're going to add a scroll filter. And you don't really need to name it anything special. And so you have horizontal and vertical speed, and then you can limit the width, the height, and if you want it to loop, right? So if we do limit the width, again, we get to say how wide do we want it to be. And then you can put the width in however, you know, like again, 500 if your thing is 550 or whatever. And you'll have the little red box, you know, in OBS around it, right? So that you can see where it is and you can line it up. And then you just change your horizontal speed. For like text like that, I usually do like about 80, between 50 and 80, because you want it to be fast, but not so fast. It's like, what the fuck is that saying? Yeah, it's whatever, because it'll do whatever. It's just a filter on that text. So it doesn't affect the text at all as like what's coming in or what's being read. Right. The one caveat is that if the title is really long, so I'm going to pause this for a second. Also, if you go negative, it goes the other way, just so you know. But let me make this 0 just so it's not moving. Because what I want to do now is I'm going to show you if the text is really long. So if I come in here and I say that is really, whoops, really long, and we turn off my text extents. Okay, so here you have the text, like this would be like album title, song title, artist, whatever. It's all in one line, but it's longer than the space that's provided. If I scroll this again, watch what happens when it re-scrolls over. You see there's no space between the last word and the first word. So what you would do in that case is in your text itself, the text properties, not the filter, you can add a space or two in the beginning. Yeah. And then that fixes that. So if you have it coming in like a Twitch message, you know, whatever coming in from like streamer bot or whatever, you know, if you do raw input as the variable, I always put a couple spaces before that. Or you can do spaces at the end if you need to, whatever, you know, I just do them at the beginning because it makes it easier. Yeah, so that's just the one, when you're doing the scroll, that's the one thing to keep in mind, is that it doesn't automatically space between loops. But the scroll is really helpful. It's really simple to set up and it works anywhere. And then the text intents is good if you have, like I do when we answer the question, it has the little board that comes up and the text is written on that board. I use a text extent for that, so it doesn't go outside of that board radius, right? And then I've just done like a test where I did 500 characters because that's the longest a possible answer or a question can be, because of the limits of the Twitch chat. Now, the YouTube chat only allows you 200 characters. Excuse me. So I did 500 W's because that's the widest character, right? And then I made my text extent fit that, you know. So it's very rarely will you see anything that goes over and kind of gets cut off that way. But if you need like with your now playing thing, you probably have it all in one line. So a text extent really isn't going to help, but the scrolling will make it you know, obviously better. So there's also plugins and shit that'll do it automatically for you, but there's really no need for those when you can do it manually so easily, you know. Remove. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I love OBS plugins. Like, it's really weird because like I hate modding games, but I will mod the shit out of OBS. But at the same time, I also don't do unnecessary shit. Like if it's already in OBS and I can just do it manually without adding extra shit to run, why would I? So, but other people are, you know, some people like the plugin stuff and they're just like, do all the shit for me, you know, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm just not that person. So, but you know, like the one example is like the wind capture audio when that first came out, and then OBS is like, hey, that's a great feature. We're going to manually install that as a permanent feature in OBS, but they dumbed it down and they took away about like 80% of the functionality. Now I just wish I could get rid of that in OBS and just use the plugin so that I didn't have two sources for window audio, because it's confusing as fuck. But I want to write a plugin. I want to write a functionality plugin for OBS that allows you to go through and check what sources you want to show up in your ad source list. Kind of like, you know how like in StreamerBot, you know how like you can right click here and you can choose which tabs to see, right? So if I didn't want my about, I could turn that off, or the settings, I could turn that off, you know, whatever, right? And it changes. I want to do that in OBS for the sources list, so that you can, you know, like I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to use the application audio capture beta, the one that's built into OBS, right? I'm never going to do. So I don't even want that option there, right? I just want to be able, so I'm going to have, I want to write a thing, or maybe I'll just ask Zeldro to do it. Probably get done faster that way. But yeah, just be able to be like, oh, and you can just have like little check boxes and just uncheck, and then they don't appear on the source ad list. And just kind of clean that up a little bit. You know, I think that would be great. Salty asked another question, and he hasn't gone to dinner yet. So
Salty_dog44 asked, why does OBS freak out when I add a font that isn't native to OBS itself? Can that be fixed?
Depends on what exactly you're talking about, Salty. So you add a new font to your system. What do you mean OBS freaks out? Like it starts jittering and running around your screen and you can't catch it, or what's going on? Sends a text block. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just gonna die. I'm gonna die real quick before I answer this question. It sends the text box into oblivion. Okay, first off, how are you adding your fonts to your system? Are you adding them to Windows, or are you adding them, installing as normal to Windows? Okay. Yeah. And then when you open OBS, it shows up on the list. Right? Text. So I've done that. I have like 13,000 fonts on my PC right now. But yeah, once it's in, it'll show up on this list. Of course, you have to restart OBS. Okay, so then, but what do you mean it sends the text box into blue? So is it a text box that you already have and you're just changing the font to a new font? Type in some text. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we're going to say, yes, this is a text box. Okay. Have you changed any of these other settings? Like, did you accidentally disable anti-aliasing? So these are all default. We say, okay, so that's Arial. And now we want to use a custom font that we've installed into the system. We've run the installer, and then we go back into this. And then we say select font, and we'll find a new one. Maybe we'll do, Chiller. And then we say, okay. And then now it's the Chiller font. So what exactly happens on yours though? That's what I mean, you said that it sends the text box into oblivion. You mean like it disappears and you can't see it at all? It moves it, it resizes it. What? Chiller's a native font, is it? No, it's not. Where's my Pokemon ones? Game with Windows, did it? Okay. Game Boy. It makes it. You try and okay. Well, what? Okay, is it a specific font or is it any font that you've installed? Any font. Okay, let's see. The font. Chewy Bubble. That's a good one. Install. I mean, obviously it's not going to work because I'd have to restart this OBS, but we could do it with a test version. Let's see. Let's see if we can recreate this. It didn't do it this time. I mean, it could be a little glitch, and I assume you're on 30.0.3, the new update. It could be a little glitch on that too that just came out. But we'll see. You're going to dinner? All right. So he said it didn't happen this time, which is fine. We're still gonna test it. So we already have we have one here. So we will set this to, oh, you know what I bet it is, Salty? I bet you have manually resized after setting the initial font. So like we have this one that's here, it's been here. This is all regular. And if I do this and make it bigger manually, right? Now if I go in and I get a different font than Arial, that's going to be like huge. What was that one called? Cherry bubble something? Candy butt? Chewy bubble. Maybe not. Well, depends on what you have in it too. But yeah, what I would do is unlock your text source, go to transform and reset the transform so that it's default. And apparently Chewy is smaller than I thought it was. But I bet that could be it, because I have seen similar things happen when you've manually resized. So even though like my font here is 48, right? Because I've manually made it larger, it's no longer actually 48. So if I put in a font that's like super fucking huge, and I can't think of one right now. Shit. Uh-oh. I used to have a huge fucking font just for reasons like that. I can't remember what it was called now. Anyway, when you do that, the font is still technically 48, right? But then you're trying to put a new font inside of this where it's 48, but it's actually like 448, and that can cause problems. So I would do that. Before you change your fonts, I would just go to the transform and reset transform, change your font, put it all back wherever you need it, do whatever you got to do, and then do your resize again if you have to once the new font is installed. That might be a known glitch. I don't know. I thought they fixed it a couple of versions ago, but I could be wrong. But yeah, try that and see. And if you ever reproduce the issue, let me know. Yeah. Cool. That's it. We're out of questions. Okay, great stream. See you later, guys. Oops, wrong button. All right. Oh, I guess I can get rid of this. I don't fucking... Yes, this is a text box. I don't think we need that anymore. Goodbye. What else do I need to set up? I need to set everything, dude. I need to make a list is what I need to do. I don't know. Is anything else going wrong on the stream that you can see or hear? I was going to be all like super chancy and go and update the main bot that we're using, with the one with the TTS system on it, this one, and update it to the alpha version. And see if we can get it to break. Hi, Conan! Totally third. The proof is right there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it should work. Like I've been looking through. Oops, sorry about the ads on Twitch, folks. We'll be right back after a word from Twitch's sponsors. I appreciate it. I was looking through like the things that haven't been fixed yet that have been reported as wrong, and I don't use any of those features. So I should be, but I do need to fucking test it live. Like, there's no point in having the alpha version and not reporting anything. Really, the only thing I can report right now is that I wish that the comment sub-action was still the color on the full text instead of just the little fucking icon at the front. Working on your cosplay? Hell yeah. Are you streaming it, or are you just doing it on your own time? Nah. Fair. Yeah, because like I can come in here and I can make a comment. The boomer! If pain is all you know, it was murder. Yeah. Pretty much. Miscellaneous. Like I can make a comment, right? This is a comment. Let me zoom in. And then I can pick a color. Let's say orange. And I say, okay, the whole comment is that color. But in the new version, come here. The comments are just this. It's got a little, and when you pick your color, orange, it just changes the little icon in the front. I need it to be the whole fucking text again. But I haven't mentioned that. I need to. And, you know, you can't tell me it can't be done, because it can, obviously. Like, I love the icon additions. I think that's a great little feature. Now I can see, you know, like what they are, like either if else, you know, if it's a thing, you know, I love the little icons. I think they help, but fucking please make the comments. Yeah, but you can change your color, you know. So if I'm making a comment and I go with like, you know, fucking, oh, let's go with this, and say, okay, right? Like, I can't see that, but you know you can't see that. And so you just go and change it to a different color that you can fucking see. Welcome back from the end. Right? But if the whole line is that fucking color, it would just, I don't know. Comments in coding since the day I started coding have always been, like the syntax highlighting has always been, it changes the color for that entire line, not just the start of it, you know. And like I do, you see, you know, a lot of the things that I do, like with the Ko-Fi and stuff, where I've exported the code. When I import that, when you import that code, you can see the whole line says, you know, it's a different color. It draws your attention and it says, hey, you need to change the line above this or whatever, right? And it's like, cool, but this, people aren't going to see this. You know, they're going to think that's a step in the sub actions. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't stand out. It's just a new icon, and they're, oh, I don't know what that icon means. I don't know what that icon means, you know? But it needs to be. Also, I don't know if anybody else has complained about that. Let's find out. Oh, quick chat. Feedback. Comment. Color. Okay, it doesn't look like it. So let's add a new post. This will be a suggestion, not a bug. What the hell? Evie! What are you doing? Thank you for the raid. Oh my goodness gracious.
I already have tits. I don't need tits.
You already have tits? Cool. Right in my face. Heyo. Let me just. Okay, I'm ready. Thank you for the raid, Evie. We love you so much. Welcome. Hi, Raiders. Welcome in. I'm Bearded Ink. If you don't know me, you're weird. You should know me. I'm just kidding. But hi, Jesse. How are you, Miss Jesse? Oh my God, it's good to see you again. You do the thing too. You do. I'm weird, and I know. Yeah, you are weird, and you do know me. But for those of you that don't know me, you're also weird. No. Today we're here. We're doing Tavern Talk. Every Saturday we go live on Twitch and YouTube. We answer streamer related questions live on the air. Otherwise, you can find me catching. You can catch me playing RPGs during the week. We do random whatever games Saturday night over on Twitch, and then Sundays reserved for speed runs, unless I'm just not feeling up to it, and then we do something else. But yeah, welcome in. Good to have you.
I do like sausage. I do like sausage a lot. Hell, you could have a sausage taco.
See?
I'd be down with it. I'd like meat. Give me meat. I want meat in my mouth. Put it in there.
My mouth. Put it in there. Yeah, the prerequisite for Twitch is to be weird. However, if you're going to be extra weird, you have to be on YouTube, apparently. Because those fucking guys over on the YouTube side are psycho. Let's see. I did have a tag. We're currently doing a streamer bot alpha version suggestion where we get the comment color back to being the entire line instead of the color just being on the icon, because we want it to be the full color. So that's what we're doing. Proof. Yeah. Yeah. Hi-Fi is pretty much psycho. But if you're new to my streams and you are a streamer and you like learning new things, head over to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are on Twitch, may not know about it. The only thing I do on YouTube is I post tutorials about how to do stuff. Streaming related, mostly. But we have categories on OBS, streamer bot, speaker bot, Twitch and YouTube streaming, general streaming stuff that may not have fit into any other kind of category. We're also going to expand some this year. We're going to go into like Mix It Up Bot, Firebot, some of the other bots. We also, did I say Discord already? I think so. But yeah, we cover Discord as well. So we're getting a lot of new categories. So there'll be a lot more tutorials coming in the future. But yeah, check them out if you like, or, or don't, whatever. But please do, because it makes me feel like I have friends. He uses slobs? Ugh. Gross. I'd rather just not stream. When I first started streaming, I used slobs. 10 minutes later, I was like, there's got to be a better way. And I've never been back. Yeah. Well, oh, yeah, right. This, yeah, Slob, Streamlabs OBS. It's now called Streamlabs Desktop because they got sued by OBS. Like OBS has very simple fucking open source laws, and Slobs like totally disregarded all of them. They also got in a lot of heat for basically copy pasting other programs and people's stuff and claiming it as their own. But basically OBS is open source, which means you can take the source code and you can make changes to it and it can be your own. And you can redistribute it as that. And Streamlabs did that. That's what they've done. They're not the only ones, and it's completely legal to do so. But what they did basically was they revamped the look of it, right? So it looks the same, but there's little changes. They've obviously branded it with all of their Streamlabs stuff, but you can't put plugins in there. You can't add functionality through plugins, LUA scripts, and things like that. But they have added their own. So there are some built-in features, functions, plugins, and stuff that will work with slobs that are pre-installed. And the problem is when you open Streamlabs Desktop, it runs all of those, whether you use them or not. So your resource usage goes through the fucking roof almost instantly. It'll bog down your stream. It can slow down lower end computers to a point where they can't even go live. It's just a big fucking hassle. And there's no way to like disable it. Like, I'm not using these, turn them off, turn them off. You can't do that, right? Like you can with OBS. And then most people that end up using slobs find out that after a few months of streaming that, hey, this isn't really, I need more. And they end up moving over to OBS anyway. And then they've got to relearn, you know. So my advice is always like, you're going to end up on OBS eventually. You might as well just start there. Learn it once from the beginning and go. Procreate. I don't use Apple. I know of Procreate. I have brushes and filters and things for Procreate. My ex uses it. We got her a lot of stuff for it. She makes like emotes and banners and a whole bunch of art stuff with Procreate. It's actually a really good tool, but I'm not an Apple kid. And the only reason she had it is because she has an iPad. I have an Amazon tablet, Android, but there are alternatives, and depending on what you're using Procreate for, you may find a better alternative that does specifically that. Android for the win. Does FTW mean fuck the world for anybody else, or am I just super cynical? depending on the content. Okay. I mean, yeah, I always read it as fuck the world, always, instead of for the win. Anytime I see it, it's just, you know, like when I see LOL, right? It's laugh out loud. No matter what else it could possibly mean in any shape or form, it's always going to be laugh out loud, right? FTW is always going to be fuck the world. And, you know, I mean, technically that fits in every context, so. But with Evie, yeah. But yeah, Miss Jessie, I can't do like tutorials and per se on Procreate because I don't have Apple devices to run them on to show. But if there's anything specific that you want to learn about, you can ask in the Bearded Pint Discord in the general streaming category. There are some things I do know about the program and may be able to help you with, and I'm sure other people use it as well, and can help there also. Unless you just need like a general, here's how to install it and get started and how to add brushes and, you know, like a cover everything type of tutorial. That would probably be your best bet. Because I know what you mean. We had some problems with Alex and her using Procreate, and I did the same thing. I was like, well, let me go see if there's a fucking tutorial that'll help us answer this. And there's just fucking not. Like you said, every single one of them is like, you're already supposed to be an expert on Procreate. Here's just this one little thing. And it's like, look, shut up. It's not what I need. Help me help you. Okay, let's see. A wild brute bonnet. Isn't that a butter? Everything tastes better with brute bonnet on it. No, that's blue bonnet. Never mind. Blue bonnet. Everything's better with blue bonnet on it. I mean, I guess blue bonnet, just fucking butter. Whatever. Preview, pose, emote. I want an emote. Yeah, a thumb up. Posting. I'm gonna get so slammed for that. Everybody's gonna be like, fuck, you don't need that. They got the fucking icon. The icon changes colors and blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna get so hated for that. Hi, Muffin! You know, I might... Pi, can I get a reminder to look into Procreate tutorial? I might be able to run it on my PC. At least enough to make a tutorial on it. Thank you for paying your cover charge. I hope you're doing well, Muffy. Thank you for the lurk. Sorry I have not been active in your streams lately. I have been there. I'm just very quiet. The hate. I know I'm gonna get all... Every time I post in the Discord, I get hated on. It's fine. Rem. You forget how to spell remind? Could you now put them together? Thank you. We're teaching Phi how to adult. It's okay. Fucking hell. Crack me up, dude. You fucking crack me up, man. Yours is Rem. Yeah, fair. No questions today. Well, except for Salty, but he doesn't count because Salty. What should we do? I don't know what to do. I need to work on, oh, God, I don't even know. I need to work on my list of things that I need to work on is what I need to do. I got so used to going live for the Tavern Talks and not having enough time to work on the personal stuff and just answering questions that the last couple of streams, I haven't even planned anything to do in the background. And this is what happens. Let's set up a list. All right. Let's set up a list. We need to not be full screen because that's weird. What do we need to do? Well, we need groups in the alpha showcase. What the fuck does that even mean? Are you talking about alpha on streamer bot? You don't know? I mean, that's fair. As long as you understand that you don't know what you're talking about.
I do like sausage.
Oh, gotcha. Hi, Daryl.
I do like sausage a lot. Hell, you could have a sausage taco. I'd be down with it. I'd like meat. Give me meat. I want meat in my mouth. Put it in
How
there.
are you? Welcome in. I still remember when I made that clip and I told Evie I was going to make it a command. And does she mind? And she said, and I quote, "No, I don't mind. Nobody's going to use it anyway." It's like my most used command. We're doing good, man. Yeah, we had a little bit of a setback this morning, but we got past it, so we're here. But I hope your weekend is going good. No, they used to use Dave's more until I made meat, and now I haven't seen a jam in months. You're the only one, Evie, that uses the goddammit, and I think Malcolm still uses Twink,
More like
but
40 something.
But no,
Tattooed,
meat
bearded
is
man.
by far.
That's more my jam. God damn it, bearded. Fuck sakes. Why are you like this?
Oh, missed that one. Hold on. Ah, missed one. God damn it, bearded. Yeah, so those get used, but I mean, not often.
Hey, who's a twink now, baby?
You need to get dinner,
Fuck.
get kiddos grilled cheese. Didn't you just get him a snack with cheese, and now he's gonna have grilled cheese? You don't ever want him to poop again, do you? Cheese. He's gonna start dragging his butt on the carpet, I swear. You had to make a liar out of it. Uh-oh, what happened, Daryl? The toilet, no, Jesus Christ. Okay, TMI. Oh, yeah, that the meat wouldn't get used? Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I was like, you know, it'll probably be fun for like a couple days and then people won't use it. No. Like, people don't even say hi to me anymore. They just come in and their first thing is meat. And then they're like, oh, and hi, bearded. Hey, how you doing?
I do
Yeah.
like sausage. I do. I do like sausage a lot.
For example.
Hell, you could have a sausage taco. I'd be down with that. I'd like meat. Give me meat.
Hey,
want meat
Marbs.
in my
How are
mouth.
you, my
Put it
friend?
in
Welcome
there.
in, buddy. You gotta work. Ew. Well, I guess it is Saturday night. Make all that money, dude. Make all that money. Hey, is it raining where you're at, Marbs? I'm doing a weather study. Is it storming over there? Is it supposed to tonight at all? Or tomorrow? Send storms your way. Wish it could. No, I have this, I don't even know what to call it, hypothesis that whatever the weather is for Marbs today, I have that exact weather 24 to 36 hours later. I need to make a storm action. What should it do? Why am I doing this with my hand? I'm just over here like, I don't even know what I'm doing. It's like I got a booger on my finger that won't come off, but there's not. I'm just over here like, da, 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 like, I think my hand thinks I'm like a cartoon supervillain or something. Big thunder and lightning. We might could do that. I am going to tie streamer bot to my lights so that we can make light effects and stuff happen. All right. So just that? Just thunder and lightning on the screen? Just... Would people use that? Oh, apparently I had a blister on my finger. And I just popped it. It was on this finger. Some blood and guts? What the fuck kind of storm is this? Fucking hell. Like some fucking Souls-like attack. Storm. Disembowelment. A hellstorm. What the fuck was it I was gonna do? I was gonna make a streamer bot widget that is like words on stream, but not. That way Twitch and YouTube could use it together. Satan's Arrival. I think Satan's Arrival would not be very monolithic. You know? Like if Satan were to like come to Earth the surface of Earth. I think it would just be like very discreet. I think the mayhem and hellfire would come later. You know, there's not going to be like this grandiose entrance. It's just going to be like turtle poop. Yeah. I could be wrong. I don't know, Say. I don't know what the plans are. We haven't chatted, so I don't know. It just seems to me that that's what would happen. Yeah. Now, alternatively, like Jesus, I think, would come to Earth in like the biggest, grandiose, like trumpets and red carpets and parades and, you know. And I don't know. I think the other side would just be very nonchalant, non-attention drawing, just kind of, poof, we're here. You know? I don't know. That's how I'd do it. Crumpets? I said trumpets. Did I say crumpets? I might have. Crumpets are good, though. Better than scones. I hate scones. There, I said it. All right, guys. Since you're all here, let me ask you a question. He's supposed to come with the heavens are. Yeah. But technically, isn't the heavens army everybody that like believes in Jesus and is devoted to Jesus and then has died? Right? So like all our old dead relatives and shit. So wouldn't they come up like zombies from the fucking grave? That would be badass. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things I mean, I've read the Bible. I've read most of the religious books. I studied religion for a while. And one of the things that always got me in the base Christianity stuff is like, you know, everybody's like, oh, you know, my grandfather or whatever was devoted, you know, and he's in a better place now and he's looking down on me. And I'm like, yeah, but if you read the book, they're not called into heaven until basically Armageddon. So they're just laying in the ground waiting for the end times. So they're not looking down on you. They're looking up at you from underground, wherever you buried them. Right? Like that's, according to the book, they're not in heaven yet. They will be, but it's got to wait till the end of days. So I always thought that was funny though, because everybody's like, oh, you know, my grandpa, I can feel him looking down on me from heaven. And it's like, you know, that's a comforting thought and I love it. But according to the book, that's not what happens. So it's weird. All the atoms in the universe will be changed to give everyone infinite life. And oh, Jesus Christ, I do not want to live forever. Fuck immortality, dude. I've been here almost 50 years now, and well, according to the books, the purgatory is for those that are non-committal, right? So if you haven't devoted yourself to a side, and the sides being all hail God, the one and only, or everything else, right? So if you haven't committed fully to one or the other, then you're kind of in limbo. And they did that because of the Armageddon stuff, the end of world, the big battle. They didn't want people, or humans specifically, to choose a side based on the current outcome potential. You know, they didn't want you joining the winner's side at the last moment. So, but yeah, if you were, you know, if you absolved your sins and took Jesus into your heart and, you know, worship, obey God kind of thing, you are part of God's army for the you know, the end of days, but you wait there where you're buried until we call you. So, you know, all of the zombie movies are probably true. It's just they're not zombies. That's God's army. It's just everybody coming back to life. My question, yes, thank you, Daryl. So my question to you is, what should my next tutorial be? I'm going to do a tutorial for this week. Now that we've got the rig set up and everything, what should we do it on? I have an idea of which one I want to do, but I don't know how well it would go over. You love to go back and update all of them? Ugh. That sounds like work. Which ones are outdated? I know the streamer bot ones are not outdated because they're all, everything's the same. Just because the version has changed, there's been some slight changes, but everything I've covered in the tutorials is the same.
Fee said, get those bucks, those bulk bucks.
Get those bucks, those Pokebucks. I was thinking about doing one on ViatoTube. Do y'all know about ViatoTube or ViatoTube or however the fuck you say it? Not Vietnam Tube. It's like it basically makes your PNG into a VTuber. And so you can like have different, you can, you know, obviously instead of just having like the TTS Mascot type where you have like the mouth open, mouth closed, puppy's demanding a walk. Oh, all right, Miss Jessie. Well, thank you for hanging out for a while. I appreciate you. Enjoy your walk. Give the puppy head pats for us. But yeah, so ViatoTube, you have the mouth open and mouth closed, so that when you talk, it does that. But it also, you have eye open and eye closed, so it like blinks even if you're talking or not talking. And you can set how often it does those, so you can blink every 11 seconds, you know, like normal or whatever. But then you can also have different like emotions, right? So you can have like a crying one and an angry one or a super happy one or whatever, and you can have all of them, and they're all like little hotkeys that you can switch to. And then it'll switch to that all in one little program. It's really fucking cool. And if you don't want to pay to have like a VTube model made or rigged, because that can get fucking expensive, and run VTube Studio or VC Face or whatever, you know, you can get little PNGs and then have it run them, you know, as a VTube link. I was going to do a tutorial on that because it's pretty cool, especially for those of you that are like PNG tubers that are just standard open mouth, closed mouth. One of the coolest things I did see on Twitch, though, there is a PNG tuber. It's very funny. She is a PNG tuber on Twitch, and I forget her name, or I would pull up one of her VODs or whatever. But she's a PNG tuber on Twitch, but all of her PNGs are pictures of her face. So it's like actually her. But like she took a picture, you know, of her sitting there and then, you know, and then happy and like all of the different emotions and everything, and took pictures and then turned those into PNGs to be a PNG tuber with her actual face. And it's fucking hilarious. I don't know how much time it took her to do that. She has like probably 10, I would say probably about 10, I was going to say 10,000, probably about 1,000 to 2,000 different PNGs of her face doing different things. And like her, you know, she can be angry reacting and crying or happy and super like zoomed in, you know. It's fucking, it's crazy. It's funny as shit though. I need to update the streamer bot from scratch. From download to install to your first thing. None of that's changed though. Everything is exactly the same. Are you talking about doing an update for the beta or for the new version? Right. I mean, I know what my video is, but are you talking about doing an update for this new version? For the 1.0? Or do you want me to update the old version? Or old version, the current version. This is version 0.2. This is version 1.0. I mean, obviously, you can tell there's a huge difference in how they look. But my first video on setting up, it starts with version 2.4. And we're currently on version 2.8. This is the latest stable release. And there's virtually no difference. My settings haven't changed either though, have they? Time for sleeps. All right, Phil, get some good sleepies and have a great Easter. Find all the eggs, get all the candy. Gotta go eat. All right. I mean, I'm not saying no, Daryl. I'm just trying to understand exactly what I need to update. Fi, do you know what Daryl's talking about? What? I mean, I know my first one didn't cover YouTube because I wasn't even on YouTube at that point. I mean, I was, but you know what I mean. So I didn't have like YouTube stuff. But as far as like setting up OBS and the fucking WebSocket server, it's all the fucking same. that one. All right, I'll take a look at that video and see if there's anything that's changed. We covered the setup on YouTube and live. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, because that was... We did it on the live because I was setting it up while live, right? We were doing it step by step back then. Before we started doing the question and answer thing. No, I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it. And there are things that need to be, I'm sure, looked at again. Ugh. So you talk about this one, right? And I brushed over the YouTube login. Welcome back, Evie. So this is the very first one I did. But I do have this one. This bitch. So I did do an update when 2.4 came out, because that was when they made all the changes. They added multiple YouTube broadcasts. I covered that. We started looking at YouTube emotes. And I'm going to do one. I did another review of the 2.5 and 2.6 as well when they upgraded to 2.5 and 2.6. The only reason I haven't done one for 2.7 and 2.8, 2.7 was just a quick hot fix. I'm sorry, 2.8 was a quick hot fix that fixed a couple of connection errors and a typo. 2.7, the only difference between 2.6 and 2.7 is that pub sub for Twitch has been disbanded, it's gone. And so they updated the streamer bot to not try to connect to the pub sub anymore. And that's the only difference. Everything else is exactly the same as it has been in 2.6. So I have done update videos for those. I do need to do one like I did here, how to install, set up, and go specifically for YouTube. I do need to do that. But yeah, there are a couple of updates for the streamer bot. That was a bad pause screen, so I'm gonna get off of that. But add to the list. Okay. I think it might already be there. Hold on. Backup. Here's my current list. Backup OBS and move OBS to a new PC. Wait a minute. Did I do that one already? Did I do the portable mode? I did studio mode. So we got OBS portable mode, how to change the OBS server connection. I wanted to do another one on like 5 new streamer bot commands. Auto shout out when a viewer comes into chat that has already previously been shouted out. So like you shout them out today, you go live tomorrow, they come back, they get an automatic shout out. Somebody asked me to do that. There, yeah, I do have it on the list. Start streaming on YouTube. StreamerBot for YouTube, a complete tutorial on how to use StreamerBot specifically for YouTube. I need to do the video shout outs now that I think it's finalized with Twitch being done with their stupid bullshit. I wanted to do some fun things with SpeakerBot that we don't normally cover or that aren't normally used. How to refresh OBS browser sources. We did studio mode. I can mark that one off the list. Let me get that one off the list. How to do like the sending to Discord. How to set up SpeakerBot is already done, my dude. SpeakerBot. Complete setup. Right here. There it is. What else I got? I wanted to cover all the Twitch feature updates, but they fucking changed it so much since I even put that on the list. But I need to cover the new ad manager, and I need to cover the new clip stuff. How they have, you can edit clips now. Organizing OBS and scene collections. Didn't I do that one already? Oh, I did nested scenes. Yeah, when you go, like you're currently on this version, when you go to update, once alpha or once version 1.0 is out of alpha and it's stable, it'll be an update version. You just check for updates and it'll say there's an update. Download, install, it'll automatically port everything over for you. You won't have to change a thing. It'll be already set up, connected and everything. You won't have to do anything. What else I got? So yeah, OBS scene collection organizations. I wanted to do consent shoutouts because some people don't like having video shoutouts. So I wanted to do one where you can set it up where, like, when you come in, instead of just doing the shout out right away, you ask them in chat and then they can respond with yes or no. And then whatever they choose, that's their permanent answer unless they manually change it later. I also wanted to do one, you know how like when I'm playing a game on Twitch, every now and then in chat it'll come up with like the summary of the game and then a link to like the Steam page or whatever. Or that, I wanted to show y'all how I did that. I have my 10 series thing I need to start where we compare OBS to 10 OBS alternatives. I wanted to go into a deep explanation of the enhanced broadcasting system from Twitch, because that's a piece of shit that people are buying into that they don't need to. What else is on the list here? Tutorial about the social stream, the chat widget. I also need to the one I do need to update is the Twitch chat, because that has changed dramatically and now we can have it docked in OBS. You can have an overlay on stream, all of that. So I need to cover that again. So that's an update one that we need to do. I wanted to cover the StreamerBot queues, how to properly use queue tutorials. So, you know, blocking queue, standard queue. I need to set a time to play TTR with Eevee. I do. How to network with other streamers, like raids and post-stream habits that you should have. I wanted to cover my quote system. I have a specific quote system that I've developed that is outside of the built-in one to streamer bot that I think is a little bit better. But the quote system in the alpha version is supposedly upgraded, so I need to check that out first. I wanted to cover if-else statements, but that's going to wait until the new version because if-else statements are going through a major overhaul. Cover global variables, setting speaker bot voices for channel point redeems, where people using the channel point redeem actually get to use the voice you've assigned to them in speaker bot without having to use the command. Audio fixes for OBS after Windows updates break everything. I'm going to cover that. Let me write this in update speaker bot chat. There we go. V802. All right. What else do we need? I need to do more on Discord as well. We need to do the Carl bot one. Let me write that in there. All right. What else? Yeah, I just added that to the list. Can I just say again how much I despise Harris Heller? Can I put that out there? The guy got famous because he had a cute girlfriend that could play the guitar, and now he's like riding that coattails, and it fucking bugs the shit out of me. Dude has no fucking talent, no fucking brain, no insight to anything. Famous by proxy bugs the shit out of me. And so many fucking people hang on his every fucking word. Like, dude, learn to think for yourselves, people. But he put out a fucking, he put out a video a while ago talking about that Meld Studio. It's the fucking OBS killer and you should switch now and da-da-da. And it's like, fuck, you know? Even the Meld Studio developers are like, we're not quite there. Maybe in 10 years. There's a streamer that's only famous because he played a game on stream with Drake. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not, well, except for Harris Heller. Fuck that guy. But anybody else, I'm not taking anything away from them. Like, do you, boo, right? Sorry about the ads on Twitch, guys. We'll be right back after word from Twitch's sponsors. And a preemptive sorry for the ads on YouTube, guys, but I don't know when they play because YouTube doesn't tell me yet. They're supposed to, starting in May 12th, I think. They're supposed to start telling us when their ads are running, but who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I mean, there are streamers that are like super fucking famous, popular, and it's well deserved. For example, Pirate Software. Right? The dude knows what he's fucking talking about. Everything he does on his streams, great. And then there's people that are just famous for some fucking unknown reason. Kai Sinat, or however the fuck you say his name, for example. Like, what the fuck did you do? Who are you? Why do you have 10,000 fucking people watching you stream and you don't even fucking do anything? I don't understand the modern era of famous. Like, we made that fucking Hawk Tua girl famous, for fuck's sake. She's a multi-millionaire now. Why? I mean, I'm happy. All the people that got suckered into that fucking got burned with her fucking stupid cryptocurrency scam. And fuck all y'all. Y'all are dumb as fuck. But, like, the Kardashians should not be famous for anything at all. I'm gonna be sick of you. I would never get sick of you, Ravenous. You were proud of the time you couldn't pick a Kardashian out of a lineup. I'm still in that time. How did Kim break the internet? Which one is Kim? I don't even know. I honestly don't care. Kanye's, that still doesn't help. I know there's what, 4 of them? Is there 4? I mean, the only one famous in that fucking family is their dad, because he was a fucking Olympic medalist. And he's not even a man anymore, so... Their mom is like a PR person, which is why they're famous, because she was their PR person, but... For fuck's sake. You're not famous because... Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess you are today. You can be famous just because somebody says you are, but for fuck's sake. Wait till you read, wait. By the way, you're not at home? Okay. Thank you, Evie. Let's put Snarky back over here. The Forger. Sometimes, honor, honor, honor. Hey, we got an honor. Look at that. Woo. All right. Let's answer this question for Ravenous so that she can come back and look at it when she's at home.
Sinister_Ravenous asked, the Discord post I did on the 1st through 5th still isn't working with my already made redeems, still won't work, it dies the first one then nothing. Can you show me how to do it from the script I had sent? BTW, I'm not at home.
BT dubs. Yeah, absolutely. Let me open up a different bot here. Woo! Be sweet. How are you, my friend? Welcome in. Tutorial. I have something caught in my teeth. I'll get it out when I go take a break after this question. I need a refill copy. I'm having a decent day. Could be worse, but it could be a hell of a lot better too. But we're doing all right. Okay, is this the one I already did? All right, so I'm going to import the code that you sent. Ravenous. First in chat redeem. So the question basically, if she has this first in chat redeem, kind of like we do, but hers disappear from the screen, and she wants them to stay on screen like mine do, using what I do. So let's see. It was a pretty simple change, but basically, so here you get your temp global for the first chatter today, a default value of 1, and then you add their target info, and then if the first chatter today is 1, then we go and do that. 2, we go and do that, so on and so forth. So what I told her, and we're just going to do it here. Okay. Not exactly. What do you mean not exactly? Hey, I got it out. It was a piece of lettuce. I had tacos. Being Larkies, you go grab some groceries. Grab me some too, would you? I'm out of food. I'm getting hungry. He says as he pulls taco out of his teeth. Yeah, Raven, if you can just fully explain again exactly what you said here. Yeah, well, the original question was that she already has the individual channel redeems for her spots with their own channel point image, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The way the toot shows is we only use one channel redeem and set it to the next one using sub actions, right? Is there a way to pull the channel redeem 1st through 5 that you already have made using the same method? You got the PFP to stay. You wanted to use your 1st through 5th as you've made these, right? That stayed in the redeem section to convert into first in chat and then hidden redeems. Okay. So if we look at your sub action here, you set your browser source URL for the channel point redeem, the first PFP image, and then you get the message. So you basically show something larger on the screen, and then that disappears. And you want that instead of disappearing, or you want this to disappear, but you also want it to show like where I have mine, like down at the bottom permanently. Right? the channel redeem itself. Okay. Is the code coding? Hi, Leah. The code is coding. My brain isn't connecting with Ravenus's brain at the moment. So thank you for paying your cover charge. Don't apologize. It's more me than it is you. I swear. I promise. Okay, so let me just make sure I understand here. Before I do that, let me go here. Okay, when you say channel point though, you want to hide the button completely from the channel point list. So once the 5th one is redeemed, you just want the button to disappear. All 5 of them. Why do you have 5 though? You only need 1. I think that's where I'm getting confused. So you have a channel point redeem for each individual one. Yeah, there is, Leah. Yeah. Because you already made them with graphics. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so the redeems are working how you want them to work. Everything is, the only thing you want to change is that once it's redeemed, you want that redeem to be gone from the redeem list. Right? Is it, do I have that right? Okay. Easy enough. So what you're going to do is in your redeems here. So in your first in chat, second in chat, third in chat, you're going to, once it's going to be at the bottom. So everything is already run. So once these disappear, your PFP image and your message disappear, we're going to go, Twitch, we're going to go rewards, and we're going to set. Wait, where is it? Oh, this has got to be a group thing, doesn't it? Okay. That's right. Okay, scratch that. We're going to do this a different way. Let me bring up this one to show you because I have redeems here. So you're going to go to your channel point redeems. So platform, Twitch, channel point rewards, and you're going to find your first and 5. So for now, I'm going to do it with my Snapcam ones because I don't have an individual 5 otherwise. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to make each one of them their own group. And a group is just a name that gives you a collapsible list, right? So like with my alien, what I would do, we go edit, and then the group down here, and we would just do first in chat. Okay. And you say, okay. And then with the second one, same thing. Go edit, group, just type in second in chat. And on and on and on, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. So now we have them in their own little group. Okay, and you're the only one that's ever going to see these groups, so it doesn't really matter. So once you have them all in their own little group, Then we're going to come into the actions, and I guess I'll just import it here so I can actually use it. So you're going to come in here and you're going to go into Twitch. You're going to go into rewards, set group enabled state. And then you're going to name your group. So we did the first one was first in chat, and you're going to set it to disabled. And you're going to say, okay. And so what's going to happen is it'll run through, it'll increment, it'll do your show the profile pictures, everything you have set up here. And then it will disable that group. And basically when it becomes disabled, it doesn't show up on the list. Let me make sure that's correct. Oh, wait. Never mind. Let's start over. Damn it, I'm so stupid. Prompt title, update redemption status. It's right there. It's right there. So ignore that group thing. Don't make the groups. Don't do that. There's no need. I'm dumb. Oops. All right. So ignore that. Let's start over. Let's pretend we just got the question. And I'll do it an answer that's not from an idiot. Okay. You're going to Twitch, rewards, set enabled state, find your redeem, first in chat, whatever it is, right? Set it to disabled. Okay. Same thing, second in chat, Twitch, rewards, set enabled state. First drop down, find your second and redeem, set it to disabled. Whoops. Okay. Third, fourth, fifth. All that. All right. But what you need to do then is you need to re-enable them when you go live. Excuse me. All right. So what you're going to do then, once you have all of those set to be disabled, we can copy this. We're going to copy the sub action. We're going to make a new action, and we're going to set this to reset, or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. Okay. And you're going to paste all of these, and you're going to come in here and you're going to set them to enabled. And then you're going to paste it again, and you're going to choose the second redeem and set it to enabled, and then paste it again. And go in here and check your third in chat redeem and set it to enabled, right? And fourth and fifth. And then all you have to do is you're going to come in here and you can do a trigger. You can do Twitch, and you can do connection. No, where is it? Channel stream online. So now with this one, whenever your Twitch stream goes live, it will automatically run these and re-enable those for you. And then when they get redeemed, they'll be disabled. And then the next time you go live, they'll get re-enabled. And if you already have an action that you do, like that does reset stuff, like when you go live, it runs things, you don't have to make a new one. You can just add those to it. Like I have one. Where's my bot? Right. So like I have one, and like in that tutorial, I kind of went over it a little bit. Where's my start? Moderation. This is what happens when you run too many versions of the bot. Forget where I have shit. Is it in this one after all? Oh, here it is. Stream started. Right, so when I first start a stream, and I have mine tied to OBS, when I click start streaming in OBS, it'll get my game info, it runs an ad for me on Twitch, creates that prediction that comes up every time you have a reset. So you don't enable them until okay. So instead of pause, you're just gonna do like we did here. Where will we do it? You know what I'm talking about. Jesus Christ. Nope, that's not it. Where the fuck did they go? Here it is. No, that's not it. Where'd they go? God damn it. This is why I need to get everything over to one bot. I'm going to work on that too. There they are. So, yeah, instead of paused, so you should have Twitch, rewards, set pause state. Change that to the set enabled state. In your reset, instead of doing them individually, you can also do Twitch rewards, configure rewards, and then you can find all of your rewards here. You can find your first in chat, second in chat, and you can right click and move it to enabled. And then it'll be enabled. And then you can do your second one and move it to enabled. And so you can do all 5 of them in one sub action if you wanted to. Up to you. But yeah, the set enabled state instead of the pause state, because if they're paused, it'll stay there. It just won't be redeemable. But the little card will still be there. If you set them to disabled, it'll take the card away and it won't even be there for them to click on at all. And I think that's what you said you wanted. But that was my misunderstanding. I read it as you wanted that. You said you had the channel point image, and I thought you meant the image that appeared on screen, like their little profile picture. On screen, and I thought that's what you wanted to have, like, save and disappear. So that was my fault for misreading that. But yeah. So same thing as my other answer, just instead of pause state, enabled state. Give that a try. Let us know. Cool. Cool. And yeah, as Leah's pointed out, you can also lock them from use the same way. You can do that, or you can set in the channel point itself. God damn it. You can set max per stream. So like if you have, like I do, I only have the 1 redeem and it just changes. Once I hit the 5, I can set this to 5. 6, it won't be redeemable at all by anyone. Or this one, per stream. Per user, set the user to 1, so they can only use it once. So you don't have people trying to redeem everything 5 times and getting their name on there 5 times or whatever. That's the best way to lock them out there. Boop, 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 boop. All right, another question. We got one. Let's go.
Daryl Smith asked, would it then be a good idea to remove or archive old outdated videos?
I don't see a reason for that, personally. I know people that do, but at the same time, you know, that old information can be useful. And if you remove the video or archive it or hide it or unpublish it or whatever, then nobody's ever going to see it again. And there are things out there that link to older videos because they weren't always old. And then those links become invalid and then it just looks very unprofessional. What I would do instead is, like on my playlist here, if we go all the way back down here, how to set up install streamer bot, right? Yeah, I know who I am. What I would do is I would just update the information and say update video and then link to the update video. Right, and I think I did that with a couple of them. Go. Where are here? Right, so I got like this update to the Twitch ad manager. So on my original ad manager one, right, I said, oh, there's an update, and then there's a link to the updated video. Right. But yeah, I mean, because of, I mean, it's going to be different for everybody, I guess. But because of the way my system is set up and I have, you know, the different categories, there's no real need to get rid of them. Like when you go and look, you know, 2 years ago is when this one was posted. Jesus Christ, it's been 2 years already. All right, you can probably go, hey, that might not be the most up-to-date thing. But yeah, I don't really bother with like letting, I guess I should. I need to be a better YouTuber. I don't know. I'm still getting used to the whole YouTube thing. But I do answer every comment, and I do have some comments that are like, hey, this isn't available on my system or whatever. And I've had a couple of them that like, that setting isn't there, or, you know, whatever. And I'm like, oh, you're right. It's not. This is an older video. Check out this one. And I'll link to them, that comment, to the new video. You know, there's a lot of different ways to go about it. And however you want to handle it best for you, you know, there is no one size fits all, and whatever you do, it's going to work for some viewers and other viewers are going to hate it. So you just kind of find the balance and go from there. You know, the whole you can't please everybody thing. But I do my best to accommodate as much as I can. I mean, I made you individual fucking categories, for fuck's sake, with different colored icons so you knew what type of tutorial it was going to be. What else do you want from me? I thought that was pretty fucking slick though, for real. Right? They all have my little dude on them. Right, they're my little guy. There's my little dude. Look at him. He's so cool. But he's on every thumbnail, so you know it's my video. Right? But I have the different colors. So we have the light blue and purple, right? For streamer bot and speaker bot. We have black for OBS. We got purple for Twitch. We have red for YouTube. Look at that. We have blue for Discord and then orange for general streaming. So when you see these icons in your sidebar, you know, oh, that's a Discord tutorial. Oh, that's an OBS tutorial. I did that for you. Also, it helps my OCD. Tavern Talk is brown. Old videos are old. Anyway, we're going to take a quick little break. I need to refill coffee. I need to check on the pup. I haven't heard him. Usually he's up my butt about now. I need to find out where he's at because he's not in my view. Not in the living room. He's not in here.
Welcome to my world.
Steve, hi, welcome in. Thank you for the question. Excuse me. Ooh. Like I said, we're just about to go on a quick BRB. I need to refill coffee, check on the dog, and I gotta pee. So I'm gonna do that. And then when I come back, we will answer that question. And if anybody else has any questions while we're gone, you can add them to the queue. We'll get to them. And yeah, thanks for being here. We'll be right back, guys. Jesus fuck. Make it. Okay. Okay. This is the window. Jump. Jump into that window. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Hop the daisy. Hoops the daisy. Up we go. Bitch, are you in here? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to spy on you showering, I promise. Oh, she is. Just give me the triangle number, I'll get the fuck out of here. Ma'am? Should we go say hi? This is not a good idea. Agreed. Bye, bitch. Oh. All right. Oh, here we go. Oh, it happened. Oh, Jesus, fuck me. What the? What the fuck was that? Like, I just walk in the fucking door on a tutorial and there's a goddamn house full of fucking creepy fucks. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Oh fuck, that was her? Holy, oh, booty for days. Oh my god. Oh, she made tips when she wasn't a demon. Alright, bird. No. You can just stay in the goddamn ball, you stupid fuck. You're a level fucking 2, for fuck's sake. Watch, he's gonna kill me now. He's gonna get out of the ball, fucking tackle, and I'm gonna die. And we're gonna do this all over again. You kidding me? A fucking level 2 fucking Pidgey gets out of the ball twice? Why is he wearing a mask like that? Did he just... Did he just smell his finger? Alright, bird. No! I can just stay in the goddamn ball, you stupid fuck. You're a level fucking 2, for fuck's sake. Watch, he's gonna kill me now. He's gonna get out of the ball, fucking tackle, and I'm gonna die. And we're gonna do this all over again. You kidding me? A fucking level 2 fucking Pidgey gets out of the ball twice? I killed somebody! Ha ha ha! You fucker! I got you! Oh, and then their friend got me. Oh, oh, the battle pass level 14. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. Gun skin, I guess. Boop boop boom.
Bazinga!
Bazinga!
Bazinga! I'm getting close to 800 on Ash.
Hi, Mom. Aha! Aha! You can't hit me! Oh, shit, ow. Oh! Hi, doggy. That was an anomaly and I turned back. Oh, we got more painkillers. We're gonna need those. Take them. Oh, okay, hi. Naked guy in the shower. Oh, bodies are gone. Thanks for cleaning up. That's why he wears the gloves. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm gonna have a goddamn heart attack, man. But how are you, Joker? How is things going with you? Got any plans for New Year's? Hills control.
I don't even know where I'm at. It's fine. I'll be here, maybe corner.
I killed somebody.
Nice, babe.
Let that be a lesson to you, little bitches.
Don't know how that happened.
I see.
Okay. Yeah.
Once I actually describe it, it makes sense, but
we can 1v1. The fact you don't want to do build makes it seem like you know I'm gonna tan you. There's someone beside me here, by the way.
I got a legendary bush.
I got a legendary bush. Wow. What?
Not to toot my own horn, but whoa! I lit that. I didn't mean to like that. All right, we're back. We're back, and better than ever. Anyway, we have another question. Thanks. It's good to be back. This might be the last question. Coming up on 3 hours, and we started late, but I said it might be short today anyway. But that does not stop you. If you do have a question, go ahead and ask. But if not, don't. Alright, let's answer this question.
Steve Asvian asked, what is the best way to set up a YouTube shoutout that grabs the image URL to show on screen? I have a Twitch one that works fine.
Easy. So I already have the Twitch shoutout tutorial. Have you seen that and implemented that? And you just want to add an image to it? Or are you starting from scratch? Good coffee. You just need to add the image. Okay, cool, easy peasy. So, hold on. It's easy when you only have one bot to look at. Here it is. Okay, so in your shout out, right, you already got the global variables and all that, and they send the message. The YouTube one, you can grab the profile image, so you'll need a browser source in OBS. So when we go to OBS, we're just going to add a new browser source. And you can call this, you know, whatever, YouTube, PFP, whatever, right? Doesn't matter. The URL that you're going to put right here is just going to be about:blank, and that way it just doesn't show anything. And of course, your size and all of that can be whatever. I would make it square at least. Normally I set mine to 300 by 300. And then I can manually size them as needed. But 300 by 300 is actually a pretty good size. It just depends on where it's going to show up on your stream and what you want it, you know, to look like. And once you have that, go into the bot and you're going to do OBS set source browser URL. So sources, set browser source URL. And then you're going to pick the scene that it's in, the source that we just had, the YouTube, PFP, whatever you called it, find it in these two. And then the URL for YouTube, not OBS. Maybe I'm tired. I don't know. It's a little bit different. It is user profile URL. So we can go back to our shout out now. So the browser is going to be % user profile URL, and the P and the U are capitalized. Everything else is lowercase. Okay. And then once you have that, basically you just need to make the source visible. So then you would go to OBS sources, set source visibility state. And then again, you're going to go to that scene that your source is in. YouTube profile picture is the source, and set it to visible. And then when it becomes visible, right, the little eye icon is what you're toggling here. It turns it on. And then it will show their little profile picture in that space. And then you can set a delay, so core delay, and however long you want it to be on for. Like 5 seconds is pretty good. So it'd be 5,000, because remember the delay is in milliseconds. And then we can just copy the visibility state here, or just duplicate it, and then go into it and set it to hidden. And then it'll turn it back off. And then the next time that this is redeemed, or you do another shout out, it will populate the user profile URL with their stuff. Unlike Twitch, you don't have to grab user info, because YouTube sends all of it with every API call anyway, so it's already going to be there and populated. Actually, I could probably let's just do this here. Let me add one here. We'll do YouTube PFP, and then I'll do about:blank, and we'll set this to 300 and say okay. And then I want to say move it right here in the middle. Okay, so I would go in here. And we are on, what scene are we on? Primary? YouTube profile, primary YouTube profile, and then if I do a shout out, I think I spelled that right. Maybe not. All right, hold on. Yeah, that's you. Oh, wait, hold on. I know what I did wrong. I didn't set this. Whoops. There we go. Now. Why is it showing my profile though? That's weird. And why is my... Oh, because I changed my captions. Son of a bitch! Hold on. I saw my little picture down there. I was like, what the actual fuck is going on? Doot, 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 doot. Yep. Hold on. Let me fix this real quick. There, do we have captions back now? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's pulling the user. All right, hold on. All right, let me see how I did this over here. It should do. We'll finger it out. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Okay. Because YouTube is sending the information of who sent the command. So the user profile or URL is from who sent the command. Okay. Maya, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Raid message. How is everybody? How are you doing? Ooh, beautiful fish tank.
Come here.
Did you just manhandle that fish?
Cute little snack. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, nom, nom. So grumpy. So grumpy and so cute.
These are mongrel koi, the most dangerous of all the goldfish. The fish want pets. I mean, you know what? Same. Same. But hi, welcome in. Thank you for the read. Everybody live on Twitch right now, and you chose to bring your community over to me. Thanks. I appreciate you. You didn't have to do that. But yes, welcome in, Raiders. I'm Bearded Ink. Hi, how are you? How you doing? We're doing things Saturdays. I do Tavern Talk, question and answer stream for streaming related stuff. We answer viewer questions. We get them live. Help right on the stream here if we can. They're super affectionate. All of my fish always just stared at me like I was an alien. And then I did have a what do they call the beta Japanese fighting fish, whatever. My goal was to get him up to 7 pounds. He made it to 6 before he died. He was very huge. Quite lethargic. I didn't name them. That's what they are, Japanese fighting fish. Yeah, they don't like each other. They don't like each other. So if you put 2 of them in a tank, they will fight to the death. It's crazy. You can only have one. And so like if you go to the pet store and you see the betas, they're all in individual little tanks, because they can't be in the same tank. Yeah. They're beautiful fish, but very mean. Is it user profile URL? I don't know. No, because the user profile URL is populated from YouTube as who sent the command. So when you do the shout out command, you're technically sending the command. So it's going to show your profile. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to go back to our shout out setup, and we need to set a new global variable. And this one, okay, so let's try this. If I go to, let's see, globals, we'll set a global. This will be user pick. I don't know. I think I already have that user pick file. I don't know. Set to the value of user profile URL. I think that's right. No, I did it backwards. Okay, try this again. User pick. And this should be a user variable. I think. And then user profile. That specific redeemer user pick. No, that needs, we need to make that a variable as well, or else it won't populate. Right, okay. So now if I reset my first words, bye. Go on YouTube and say something.
Welcome to my world.
Something thinks. Why are you not there?
Something.
Something. Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. No, cancel. Global. User X. We'll just do user pick. Okay. Let's try that. Reset. Say something again, Pi. Something.
Welcome to my world.
But it didn't update with your user profile. Okay, let's see here. Is that yours? Yeah, that's yours. Okay. So, what did I do wrong? I spelled it right, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. We'll try this again. All right. Say something else.
Oh, hi. Welcome to my schoolhouse.
No. You shouldn't do. Steve.
Oh! Oh, hello.
Why are you not? Still not, hey? I know I just did this the other day. Why is my brain not braining? User pick. Value. Wait a minute. Yeah, no. User profile URL. Okay. We'll get it eventually.
I could watch kids fall off bikes all day.
Sorry about the ads on Twitch, folks. We'll be right back after word from Twitch's sponsors.
Except kids falling off bikes, maybe. Fuck, I could watch kids fall off bikes all day. I don't give a shit about your kids.
I don't give a shit about your kids. All right. So that's not it. I know it's got to be. Okay, look. Hold on. Hold on. User ID. Username. Okay. Yeah, so it should have been. Why is that not? Oh, value. Argument. Yeah. Okay. Get out of here, robot me. No, bless me. Pardon me. All right. One more time. Bye. Thank you.
Oh! Oh, hi.
hello.
Welcome to my schoolhouse.
Would I rather gain muscles or gain eagers? Neither. I want to gain friends along the way. I have no idea. Reading it again isn't going to change your typo. I'll pass, but thanks so. Yeah, but there's... Why is it not populating? That's what I don't know. Don't understand or don't care? Those are two different things. User ID, user name. User profile URL.
Welcome to my world.
Yep. I know.
Toasty!
Get on, nerd. Thanks, bye. Did that work for you, Evie? No, her watching dumb people go away. All right. It's so funny that it'll work here. So what? Okay, so we set instead of get. We are setting. Oh, we're setting an argument there. That's why. But it should still fucking populate. Yeah, well, that's what I said. Yeah. It's going to show yours because you're the one sending the command. We'll fix that as soon as we can get that variable to populate with that URL. Let's try. Excuse me. We want it persisted. Okay, so let's go variables, persisted, YouTube. Damn it. All right. That's probably not gonna, I don't know why that would work either though. Try again. Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh. I can set an argument, but I can't set a fucking variable that's already there. Why? That makes no sense to me. I want to try this. All right, bye. Say something else now.
Oh! Oh, hello.
Thanks. And this should be yours. But now we need to make that. Okay, so now. All right, bye. One more time.
Welcome to my world.
Oops. Ah, we did it. We had to set an argument and then make that argument a fucking global variable. So now.
Oh! Oh, hello.
Well, YouTube makes it hard, is what the problem is. Their API is very, very limited. And because we don't pull specific information like we do from Twitch, we're only allowed to use what they give us. Okay, but now that we have that, X user PFP. Hold on, dude. So this would be would be finger slipped. All right, Steve, are you still here? Okay, bye. Try to shout out Steve again. Now nothing's populating. All right, we're almost there. Oh, hold on. Did we not? We didn't. We didn't get the global. Okay, so that's what we need to do. So if we get... No! Fuck. I didn't want to delete that. Undo. This was ID, right? No, it's fine. It was a great question. It was ID, wasn't it? God damn it. Capital I. Y user ID, X user ID to Y user ID. Okay, now we want to duplicate this. We want to get this. And we want to make this Y user PFP. And then we do Y user PFP. Yeah, okay. Let's try that. Try to shout him out one more time. Oh, wait. Oops. Okay, is this Steve's? It is. Okay, so we got that part right. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. Because it's a browser, a set browser, it needs the percentage signs. That should do it. My brains. Try it now. Fucking hell? All right, 1 second. So what I want to do, I want to, oh wait, I don't have to go anywhere, do I? What if I make this, what is the, is it 120? Is that what YouTube's profile pictures are at? 120? What? No? Are they 100? I don't remember. Yeah. Oh, no, they're not. They're 80. They're 80 by 80, aren't they? Yeah. And then, so, okay. So in your browser source URL, make the width and height 80 by 80. And then you're just going to have to manually make it bigger. Yeah. Let's see. I just want to see something here. Save image. Properties. Oh, 88 by 88. Okay, that's what they are. I knew it was some fucking weird ass number. 88 by 88. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there is. I need to do that myself as well, but for right now. Okay, so in the setup, let me turn your picture off. In the setup, we have our set globals for the username and their user ID, which is their channel, right? You're going to have to set an argument first. So that's just core arguments, set argument. And it's going to be user PFP is just what I named it. You can name this whatever you want. But this is what user PFP. And the value is user profile URL, auto-typed. And this will be the address to their profile picture. But we have to set that as an argument. But set arguments only work when this action is run. Okay, so we have to take that argument and make it a global. So you're going to do another set global with the %user, and then I just use the same as before, x user PFP, and then the argument is user PFP. So we're taking the argument variable and turning it into a global persisted. So when that person comes into your chat and talks, it's going to populate a variable for their username, their channel URL, and their profile URL. And then in your shout out command, when you get the two globals for their user ID and set it to Y user and the user or the user name and then the user channel to Y user ID, you're also going to get the global for the user PFP, and I just made it to Y user PFP. And then in your set browser source URL, it's the Y user PFP because that's the name of the variable that we just grabbed. And so this will populate with that address. And then it will show their picture. Yeah. Wow. That was convoluted. Thanks, YouTube, for making shit 10 times as hard as it needs to be. Eventually, YouTube will figure their shit out and make things easy for streamers and viewers alike. But apparently, YouTube doesn't really care about live streaming at the moment. They do just enough to make it viable, but they don't care anything else. You're very welcome. Yeah, it should have been, you know, they should have like a target user profile like Twitch does. So we can say, hey, don't grab mine just because I'm sending the command, grab the one I want you to grab. But they don't do that because YouTube sends, when you do something in a YouTube chat, it populates all of the variables in their API for the person saying whatever is said in chat, right? So when you type in chat, it's populating your username, your user profile. So when you were doing the shout out before, it was populating your user profile image because you were the one doing the shout out. Now, if you let people shout themselves out, it would populate with their profile picture right out of the gate. But so this way, it makes it global, just like it does with everything else, for their username, their channel ID, and their profile. And it will update every time they speak for the first time in your chat. So like if I go and change my profile picture and I haven't said anything in your chat since the last time, and you give me a shout out, it will show my old profile picture because it's, you know, the one that's in the global. But when I come back and chat, it'll update then for the first time. So you can set that on first words, but that's really, you know, nitpicking at the moment to do things like that, to have it auto update if they change it or whatever, which can be done, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Anybody that's gonna, I mean, if you're gonna shout somebody out, it's usually because they've shown up in your chat, you know, and so if they do show up, you're like, oh, I'm gonna shout this person out. By the time they've said, oh, hey, Steve, it's already updated to their new profile picture anyway. So, yeah, that should work. I think. Guess I can unzoom, stop making y'all dizzy. Yeah. Ew. I forgot Evie rated me and now I'm watching myself. It's creepy. I just happened to flip open the browser and there's me, like, oh, let's not do that. When you go to take a picture on your phone and it's on front camera and you're like, nope. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. Stream tonight? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what. We might play more Demonologist with Kirby. I got to get with her and see if she still wants to. If not, we'll figure something out. I don't know. I kind of want to do something. I don't know. When we get up here, I'm gonna probably, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. I don't know what we're doing. We'll do something. Also, I got a new outlet. I got a smart outlet. And I'm going to plug that in. And it works with if this, then that. So I'm going to have StreamerBot connect to if this, then that. I'm going to make a recipe to turn this outlet on and off, and that outlet is going to be connected to a lamp over the futon where Farty Pup sleeps. So when we turn the dog cam on, when you run that command, it'll also turn the light on, and then when the cam goes off, it'll turn the light off. But now I just got to get a lamp in the right spot. So that'll be fun. Something else for me to work on. I don't think I have that on this stream right now. Once I get it all set up and going, I'll work on it. I'll have it all moved over. Yeah, currently the camera's facing a wall. I had to move everything. I got the new case fans in yesterday too, so I put those in. And I have the Incredible Hulk hanging out inside my case. Just chilling. Little villain. With those purple pants. So we'll do that. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad we got that sorted out. And now I have a new font installed on my computer. Wee bubble. Thanks, Salty. Yeah, that should probably do it though. All right. If you're on Twitch, Hulk smash bugs. Yeah, hopefully. If you're on Twitch, hang out with me for just a second. We're going to say bye to YouTube first. YouTube peoples, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, hello. Bitch, put in you're here. You are here. But yeah, if you're on YouTube side, again, thank you for being here. You are important and you don't even know. But thank you for the questions and thank you for hanging out. Thank you for popping in, except for that one guy. You can take a long walk off a short pier. And we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to YouTube. Until next week, there will be a tutorial, probably via AutoTube, since nobody could make up their mind what they wanted the next one to be. So I'll do that. That'll be fun. It's a nice one. Some kind of entertaining for a little while instead of just informative. And, but you know me, it's going to be a long one because there's a lot to do. And I'm thorough. But yeah, YouTube, take care. We'll see you next week. And if you have any other follow-up questions or anything like that to anything that you have asked, don't forget in the Discord, we have the help sections. You can just bring it up there and we'll get you. Steve, no problem. Thank you for the thing. Thank you for the thing. Thank you for the question. It was very great and informative. It taught us a lot of things I didn't even think about. So that's always good. But hopefully, yeah, hopefully the streamer bot will be stable in beta soon enough so I can start doing that tutorial series. Questions are things, yeah. All questions are things, but not all things are questions. Right. We're going to go. So YouTube, thank you. We love you. We'll see you next week. Until then, love, peace.